in the science classroom. In our project, I am responsible for talking about large classes with diverse student needs and abilities and backgrounds. The UDL recommendations that I'm going to mainly be talking about is to optimize choice and autonomy, allowing students to choose how they want to learn and demonstrate their knowledge, and to use culturally familiar examples to introduce science concepts. So some of the things that I was looking at when I was going through here, for me, I have to think of examples and to make the learning feel like it is meaningful. So when I started looking through some of the research that I had done and tried to tie it to some things that I do and things that I would like to do, the biggest thing that I had to ensure that kids are successful is I put in, my first one would be addressing threats and distractions. So having clear expectations and rules of the classroom. So I have attached my syllabus here. I'm not going to necessarily open it up, but it clearly states the rules and procedures for electronic devices, phones, smartwatches, things like that, to make sure that students are listening and paying attention when they need to, instead of having distractions. So when your classes are really big and you have tons of different types of students in there, you need to make sure that your classroom is easy, your classroom rules are easy to follow and the expectations are easy to see. So optimizing your choice and autonomy, you can do this in all types of ways, in support, engagement, reinforcement, all of that. One of the big things that I found that I use in my class is after the material has been taught, we do remediation or acceleration. So for each standard, you can see here that I have multiple activities that you can do to remediate or accelerate. And that way the student kind of gets to choose based on their learning on how they want to go ahead and reinforce the activity. Also, varying and honor the methods for response and navigation and movement. So allow students to create work in ways that fit them. So if they prefer to write versus putting it on the computer, I let the students do that. When they're doing a project, I let the students choose the platform that they feel works best for them. Not every student learns the exact same way. So leaving those aspects open for your students is a good way to ensure that they're learning the way they need to. And optimize access and accessibility to materials, assistive and accessible technology tools with classes that have high ELL students or students that have dyslexia. Ensuring that you have text-to-speech is really, really good. Having headphones available for students just in case they don't have them. Have ample amount of time to work with electronic devices while in the classroom. Not knowing everybody's home situation, you don't know if they have access to a computer, phone, or even the internet once they get home. And I always leave my Google Classroom at least a week up to date. That way, if students are extremely busy after school, they have a chance to get ahead on days that they know that they're going to be at sporting events or band events, anything like that. I always like to promote individual reflection. This helps individualize learning as well. After each unit, in each unit, I have a reflection piece that is on here. So you have your learning intentions, success criteria, a closing, and their answer to it, where they can reflect to see how they learn the material. And I always have something stated at the very end about the unit. What is something specific that the student can work on to do better the next unit? Or is there something as me as the teacher can work on? So when I go through their packets and go through their work, I can use this as a reflection tool, but it also makes the learning process a little bit personal for each student. So there's many activities in here that can that I've put in that can go with my specific assignment, using cultural familiar examples to introduce science concepts. One of the major things that I do, there's one good video that I watch. It's called The Biology of Skin Color, and it breaks down the biological reasons why we have different skin color. And one of my favorite ones is genetic disorders. So when we do genetic disorders, I really encourage the student to choose one that is familiar to them, maybe one that runs in the family, or one that maybe occurs in a certain race or gender, or even within a geographical area, to help make the project a little bit more